Hey everybody, Tim here at Skull and Crossguns. It is January 31st. 1/12 of 2022 is down, if you can believe it. We are done. 31 days of the year is already gone. It's gonna be Christmas here in a minute. So anyways, congratulations on making it through the first month of 2022. I hope you guys are having an amazing year so far. I personally am having an amazing year. I have no problems with what's happening. I'm very pleased. I don't know anything that's going on in the outside world. I have been kind of oblivious, honestly. I've been so focused on building this business and working out this new partnership with this other company I'm working with, getting so many international orders going, and had a really, really amazing January. Sold lots and lots of new products through this new company, and it's gone really, really well. I'm really pleased with the way things are working out with these guys. So, real quick, I felt the need to maybe address a little bit of my life in reference to where I'm going and why I'm doing the things that I do. So first of all, no apologies, okay? No I'm sorry's, no my condolences, none of that kind of business, first of all right? I'm in a very good place. I'm very much in touch with my life, who I am and where I am, okay? So that's first. So let me go back to the generation where I came from. So I was born in 1971, and when I was born, my parents were married. I am the fifth of five kids. My mom was previously married. She had 4 kids, divorced, married my dad, had me, and divorced again. My parents divorced because my dad came out as being gay. Now in the 70s, that's pretty controversial. Nowadays, it's like, whatever, no big deal, right? In the 70s, that was a big deal. And that was, I didn't learn about it until much later, but looking back, that was pretty hard on my mom. I know it was. So moving forward, my parents divorced around I was about 5 years old. I bounced back and forth between living with my mom, living with my dad. My oldest brother killed himself when I was 12. So what is that, 6th grade or 7th grade? And my dad shortly came out to me as being gay shortly after that. I kind of had a clue at that point, honestly, but that was the timeline. In early high school, I got deep into drugs. I had been smoking a lot of pot and drinking a lot earlier before that. I was busted in the 4th grade for possession. Yeah, for real. I got really, really into crystal meth and cocaine in high school, and drank a lot, snorted a lot, smoked a lot. And long about the time I was done with high school, I quit all that. At that point, I realized I was on a really, really short road to a quick death. So during all that whole time through high school, my dad and I didn't talk much because he joined a cult when I was, I don't know, late elementary school. And in the beginning, it was just a bunch of people that he hung out with and whatever. As he got more into it, it became much more of a, if Tim's not gonna join us, then you need to ditch him. Yeah, for real. So that was his attitude. If I was not going to join them, then I really had no place in his life. So he and I pretty much ceased having much of a conversation by the time I was in high school. I don't think my drug abuse was a reflection of that. I think my drug abuse was a reflection of the family I was raised in, because minus my dad, who was, although not an alcoholic or a drug addict, was obviously suffering from some emotional deprivation at some level, probably due to his homosexuality. And these people filled that gap. He just ate it up hook, line, and sinker. My drug and alcohol abuse came from the rest of my family, who was very well versed in smoking, drinking, and getting high. And that's where I learned it, and that's where I took it up. So that was my high school, and I still graduated with a good GPA. Actually is over a 3.0 GPA, magically enough. And actually wanted to be a doctor out of high school. And my dad said, hey, you know what? If you want to go to med school, do it. I will foot the entire bill. And I was like, are you kidding? And he said, no. And I said, what's the catch? And he says, well, you got to join the religion and you got to come live with me. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. So I didn't go to med school. Shortly after I graduated high school, graduated a year early, along about the time I was 19. From after high school, I just had some odd jobs, nothing fantastic. Did some schooling, not a whole lot. My dad died when I was 19, and he died from AIDS. And after that, life just kind of does its thing. So why do I tell you all this? I'm telling you all this because we all have a road that is often bumpy. It's not always easy. In fact, it's usually not easy at all. It's usually not smooth. Typically life seems to have more bumps in the road than it does smooth spots. And so I tell you all this, again, not for any sort of, I don't need any pity. I don't need none of that. I am in a great place. I'm strong. I am decisive. I am articulate. I have all the things going for me that anybody could hope to be having going for them. I have a good business. I have good people around me that love me and take care of me. I'm in a great place. So don't give me any of the pity. Don't give me any condolences. Like I said earlier, that's not any of it. What I want to do with my story is just remind you guys that we all have bumps in the road. I'm fully versed in bumps, in ruts, and sometimes even flying off a cliff. But it's a daily choice to be in a better place. It's a daily choice to decide, you know what, I got the shit kicked out of me yesterday, but guess what, I'm gonna stand up today. My son, just 2 days ago, today's Monday, so Saturday, he got into a pretty serious snowboarding accident. Thankfully, he's fine. He was helping his friend who just crashed off of a jump, and he was videoing it. And while he was videoing it and saw his friend crash, went over to go help his friend. In the meantime, someone else came off that jump and plowed right into him. It's a pretty high jump. So you figure he got hit by a 150-pound plus cannonball wearing a snowboard, dropping at, 120 feet per second squared or something, whatever the rate of acceleration is. So he got hit hard. And how it didn't cut his head off, how it didn't break any bones, I don't know. But he got hit, it knocked him out. He was in pain, he still is in pain today. This was just Saturday, just 2 days ago. But guess what? He's not letting that stop him. He's got an interview to go to for SoCal Edison tomorrow. And he's like, no, fuck it, I'm going. I'm not stopping. He is thankfully showing a will that is stronger than his circumstances. It would be really easy for him to say, oh, I can't go anywhere, I don't feel good, this accident traumatized me. He's just like, fuck that, fuck the trauma. Yeah, it hurt, I'm sore, fuck it, I'm going. I offered to actually drive him because I wasn't sure if he'd be able to drive because his legs got pretty banged up. I wasn't even certain he would be able to push the clutch on his car. But he drove today. He's walking now without crutches. He walked with crutches Saturday evening and a little bit Sunday. He's walking without his crutches today because he's like, I'm strong enough, I can do it. That is the kind of will that you have to get up every day. And there are days that are harder than others. Believe me, I know. And some of you are gonna be like, Tim, but you don't know my circumstances. I don't need to. I don't need to know your circumstances. That's why I'm telling you my own. I have my own set of circumstances. You have yours. The only difference is how we deal with them. Exclusively, that is it. Maybe your mom or dad died in a horrific way that is traumatizing. Maybe you had to witness it. Maybe you've had to see some really heinous things. Maybe some really hard shit's been done to you physically. I get it. We all have our road. And I'm not saying my road was easier. I'm not saying my road is harder. I'm not here to compare. The difference only really lies between our ears and how we handle it and how we face those things. I have some friends who believed they were incapable of going any further in their schooling. And then they just decided, fuck it, I cannot live in this world the way I'm living now. And they decided, screw it. I'm all in. I'm throwing all the cards in. I'm putting all my money on the table. We're doing this. And now they're back in school, going to nursing school. Like, that is the coolest thing, because that, they had a moment of weakness of believing they couldn't do it. And then they just said, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm in. And that's what you got to do. So where does this leave us? This leaves us with a belief system. My belief system personally is always that I have the ability to do what I need to do, and I have the strength to do what I need to do. Am I going to get my ass up off the ground and do it? Because I've gotten my teeth kicked in from this life many times, believe me. And there's the story that I just told you is just a few pieces. I stopped when I was in my 20s. There's several other pieces of this puzzle. And just like everybody else, you don't have a few hard times and then everything's smooth sailing. It has not been smooth sailing over the last 20, almost 30 years. There's been a lot of other things going on in my life that I'm just like, I want to tap out, but I can't. So that leaves us with a belief system and an internal belief system that says, I can or I can't do this. I should or I should not. And why do those beliefs sit there? So what I want to do is encourage you all to, first of all, realize you have everything between your ears to get you to the next phase of life. Absolutely, without a doubt, guaranteed. I believe it 1000%. Second of all, the only thing stopping you, if you're feeling stopped, stumbled, or halted, is 100% you deciding that you're going to do it. What do your beliefs tell you about your circumstances? What do your beliefs say about what you can and cannot do? And guess what? Maybe it's time to ditch some of those beliefs. Maybe it's time to say, you know what? I've believed this my whole life. I have no freaking clue why. My mom or my dad or my siblings or my teachers or friends or neighbors or the government, whatever. Someone taught me all these things and I just took it in and it's bullshit. None of it's real. And that could be, I could go on to a million different examples of how that happens, but maybe that's some of those beliefs that you've been holding on to your whole life about why you are the way you are don't even exist except between your ears. So anyways, I don't want to preach, but I want to encourage, I want to inspire, I want to tell you all you're perfectly capable of achieving your goals. You're perfectly capable of being everything you've ever wanted to be. Absolutely. Like I said, without a doubt, I believe it 1,000,000%. So be encouraged. If you guys are having a hard day, stop what you're doing, put down your phone, put down the control for the TV, put down the PlayStation controller, put down whatever it is that you got going on. Take 10 minutes. 10 minutes max, minimum 5 minutes. Turn everything off around you. Find a quiet spot. If you gotta go sit in your closet, go sit in your closet. I used to do that for my migraines. I would go sit in the closet, shut the doors and bury my head. And quiet your mind. Just find a bit of peace and come out of that just believing, knowing that the spirit within you, the energy that created you, God that created you, whatever you want to call it, is there with you. And you absolutely have everything you need between your ears to handle it. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but just take 10 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. You don't have to spend all day doing this. Quiet your mind, quiet your body, lose all the distractions, get rid of the phone, put it away, or turn it off, or put it on mute, something. And just focus only on the good things that happened today, or yesterday, or last week, or maybe you had several weeks in a row that are just pure trash over and over. Go back and focus on the happiest things that have happened to you most recently. Why most recently? Because they'll be the easiest to remember. And just start playing with those memories and make them all go to other good memories. You'll have them. So I know this video is long. We're running about 15 minutes, so I apologize for the long video, but I want to encourage you guys to really just take some time for yourself. This world has done a lot to make us feel like we're obligated to spend so much time and energy on other people, and we have gotten really good at neglecting ourselves. So make conscious effort to not neglect yourself any longer. Spend some time with yourself. Love yourself. Love the people who love you, and know that you absolutely have everything you need between your ears to take care of the ruts, the bumps, and even the tidal waves coming at you. And just trust yourself, and you will find the path quicker than you thought you would find it. You guys have a great night. You guys have a great week, and I will catch up with you another day. God bless.